Hey Fish Tube, how's it going? Today we're going to talk about how to grow big, fat, healthy discus. I'm going to go over all the foods I feed in my fish room, and this video is not sponsored by any products, but these are all the products I use because I found they are the best for what I need to grow big, healthy discus. All right, let's get going. Okay, so the first food is the Discus granules, a staple food. This stuff is amazing. It grows big, fat, healthy discus. It's a German food, so it's a little expensive, but well worth it. If you are trying to grow your discus out from juveniles to adults, I highly recommend it. You know I don't really like to feed beef heart, so that's a product I've found that works really well. It just seems something in it, I'm not sure if it's the vitamins or the provitamins or whatever they're putting in it, it really does a great job and it helps their immune system. So I mix that Sera with the extreme aquatic foods, the pellet. It's the 1.5 slow sinking. It's important that whenever you find food for the discus that it's slow sinking. So the next product is the Fluval bug bites. And I mix that with the Sera and the extreme pellets. This stuff's pretty awesome. I think it has great ingredients, and I like the fly larva. So I like that idea of that going into my discus. So if you're gonna feed over-the-counter pellet food and you don't want to pay for the Sera or the extreme, or you can't get it, this is a great option. But you know I don't feed my discus frozen bloodworms. I've just found that since I've stopped that, most of my problems have went away. But one thing I do is this stuff's awesome because you can stick it on the glass and they pick at it, and it's eradicated, so it's freeze dried too, so I like that. For some reason it doesn't affect the discus as far as their intestinal tracts. So this is, I don't feed this daily, I feed it maybe once or twice a week as more of a treat for my discus. Next one I feed is a frozen food. It's Sally's San Francisco Bay brine shrimp. Great product because it cleans out their gut. I believe the fiber in it really helps them stay clean and regular. So the next product is a frozen food. It's Sally's San Francisco Bay mysis shrimp. This stuff's amazing because it has that ocean smell and the discus go crazy for it. Now with the frozen foods, it does get expensive. So I usually feed those 2 or 3 times a week. If I really want to spawn a fish, then I start leaning towards the mysis shrimp a little bit more. It tends to stimulate that spawning behavior from what I have found personally. So I want to talk about flake food, and this is one of the containers I feed my flake food in. This is extreme. So what I do is they have a community blend, and it's this mixed together. It's the krill and the spirulina mixed together. So what I do is I just buy the tub separate and then I mix it myself, and you can see that it has that mixture in it. I'm a huge fan of the spirulina because of the vitamin content. It has a ton of vitamins. I feed this probably 2 or 3 times a week, and they go nuts for it. And it's that krill. That smell of that krill the discus love. Now you might have to condition your discus. Don't be afraid to take a couple days off if you want to introduce a new food to feed your discus. If you do that, they will eventually eat the food. Now you can put this food in. If they don't eat it, then put your other food in after a few days. But if you introduce this in front of them, eventually they're going to eat it, especially that krill. So this is the extreme spirulina and the extreme krill. So fry food. Now, if you can buy pre-made fried food, so what I do is I buy these containers at the dollar store. This one is actually an aquarium co-op one that I bought a long time ago, and I like the bottle because it's thick, and I actually like aquarium co-op. I think their customer service is amazing. I had a couple heaters go out and I called Candy and she took care of it and they refunded the money, and I got a credit, and I use that credit right for something else because I appreciate that part of business where they're gonna take care of you if something goes wrong. Now I don't agree with everything like their sponge filters. Those sponge filters don't work for me in a discus tank. I actually use the Waterfronts They have a closed top system, because what I found with even the Gemcos, the open top, plecos get caught in there, and I've had a $100 pleco die inside those up tubes. So that's what I like about the Waterfronts, is they're a closed top. But as far as the Aquarium Co-op sponge filter, too coarse for me for a Discus tank and too messy. I would use them in maybe a pleco grow out tank or something like that, where the mulm factor, I really want that mulm in there anyways. So that'd be really the only place I'd use it. I know he uses for guppy and shrimp. I don't do shrimp. I do guppies because I enjoy creating my own type of guppies, a faster, sleeker guppy. So that's something I'm working on for the last 18 months. But the fry food. So what I do with the fry food is I just grind up the Sarah, the Extreme, and the Bug Bites. So that's what's in here. And then I just use a coffee grinder, or this one's the Magic Bullet. So I just grind it real fine. But one thing I do with this is I add in, and you guys all know how I love the Spirulina. So I buy this by the bulk at my health food store. It's just Spirulina powder. So this is chock full of vitamins, and I believe it keeps the fish real healthy. So, and what's nice is it's already a powder form. So I grind all this up, and then I'll put the powder in the bottle. So I just find that works real well for me as far as growing out fry. So one thing is, the very first food I feed my Discus fry is I hatch baby brine shrimp. So this is local to us in Utah. It's actually raised in the Salt Lake, Great Salt Lake. I think this can cost 60 bucks. For me, it's worth it. It lasts me about 2 months, but I hatch baby brine shrimp every single day. I always want it on hand for small fish, but even my barbs and my rainbow fish, they go crazy for it. So this is the first food I feed all my fry, and then as about 7 to 10 days, I start supplementing the fry food. So this is kind of my mixture for the first month or so, and then I'll start putting in some small pellets or small flake, crush up flake or something like that. Okay, so that's it for the fish food in my fish room. Now, like I said, these are the fish foods I feed personally. I'm not sponsored by any of these products. Maybe one day, but as of right now, there's no sponsorship going on. So I've tested tons and tons and tons of products, and I've gone through many different variations of how I feed my room. What you see there is about 80%. Now, I would never feed the high protein Sarah and stuff like that to my barbs or to my rainbow fish, because it tends to bloat them out. But I will feed those to my rams, my angelfish. Guppies not so much either, or any platies. I have some platies too that I don't feed them to. What I find is, but they do real well for the catfish. So I can use most of these products to feed my catfish too. I have just found that if you feed too high of a protein to the barbs and the rainbows, they tend to bloat out a little bit. So that's something that I avoid. Every now and then is okay, but I wouldn't do a daily feeding of these high protein products. So that is it as far as the fish foods I feed my Discus. Now, there is another video where I talk about all the foods, and I can link that one at the end of this video. So I just want to thank everyone for subscribing to my channel. It's growing pretty quickly. I'm pretty amazed. And I make these videos for you guys, for the subscribers, okay? But if you're new to the channel and you want to get more of this down the road, I try to put out 2 videos a week. Some weeks I get busy and I can only do 1, but I at least do 1 a week. But I just want to thank all of you so much. I really appreciate the support, and I just can't wait to grow this channel. And what's nice is I can give this knowledge out, and I can give it to a mass audience. So for me, it was, for a long time, I was given this information one-on-one through text, And that was hard because some days I was answering 6, 7, 8 texts a day, and I was actually answering the same question over and over again. So if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them below. But if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would ask that you please consider it. But if not, then maybe just watch the channel for a while and then consider it down the road. I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much and have a great day. Bye.